Hi children! So, we've been looking at kindness. We've already looked at how we can be kind, how much we can give when we're being kind, and what sorts of things we can give when we're being kind. This week, we are going to look at the effects of kindness. So, I'm going to show you a little video about kindness, and we can then look at the effects of us being kind to others. Wow, I love that video. I think I love that video because it teaches us two things about kindness. One, that we don't always know what's going on in somebody else's life, what their situation is or what they're going through. And so if we're kind to everybody, regardless of their behaviour or what they're doing, then we can make a real difference in their lives. And I think the second thing that it teaches us about kindness is that our kindness has a ripple effect. So as you saw in the video, the kindness came back to the dog. The dog gave the worms to the heron, and the heron then brought the fish to the dog. But also our kindness, we can play our kindness forward. So if somebody's kind to us, then we could be kind to somebody else, creating this ripple effect. And hopefully the kindness will go on and on and on and on. So one person is kind to the next person who is kind to the next person. And that's what I want you to think about today. So can you be kind to everyone that you come in contact with, because you don't know what situation they're in and what they're going through? It might be something really tough. And 2, when somebody's kind to you, can you be kind to somebody else? And my crafts today are going to reflect that. So I've got 2 crafts for you today. First one is hugging a post, it's called, and I think this is great. So what you do is you get some hands and some ribbon, and then the person can wrap your hug around themselves like this, and they're having a hug, because at the minute we can't hug people. So how do we make that? Well, you will need a piece of ribbon, some sticky tape, some scissors, pieces of paper, and a pen. So how do we make hugging the post? Well, you will need some pieces of paper, some colouring pens, a pen or pencil to draw around your hands with, some ribbon, some sticky tape, and some scissors. So what do we do first, Lottie? Well, we draw around our hands. Okay, if you're only little, then get an adult to help you. Okay, so draw around our hands, and then you decorate them and colour them in, like I've done here. So on one, I've done pretty patterns, and I've put Love Lottie. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And then on the other hand, I've kind of drawn a self-portrait, and I've put H-U-G, number 4 and U. So it says hug for you. Okay, and then I cut them out. So using your scissors, there we go. There's my hands. Cut your hands out like so. You could cut them out first if you wanted to, and then colour them in, or whatever you want to. Once you've got your hands cut out, like these ones here, you can then get your piece of ribbon and measure from your finger here to your other finger over here. You're not going to see this on the video. And then stretch your arms out really wide from finger to finger. And if you need to, I don't think I need to, you can chop your ribbon where you need to. So say I only had hands that were that big. When I stretched them out, I would chop the ribbon there. Okay? And then on the back of your hands, you get your sellotape. You tear up a piece of sellotape and stick your ribbon. There you go, see what I've done? I've stuck it to the back of my hand, and then stick that bit on as well. There we go. So they're now stuck to my ribbon like that, and I've got this huge ribbon here that then the person that I give it to can wrap my arms, this is my favourite bit, wrap my arms around them and have a hug. There we go, like that. And I've written on the back, please draw around your hands, cut them out and decorate them. Then measure your arm span from middle finger of the left hand to middle finger of your right hand. Find a piece of ribbon or cord this long and stick it to your hands. Pop it in an envelope and send it to someone who needs a hug. Please pass it on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put my hands in an envelope. Now I've got really big hands, so I've had to find a really big envelope, but you've probably got little hands, so you could use a little envelope. And I pop them in there, write the person's name on the envelope. Now if you're going to send it in the post, you'll need their address and a stamp and put it in the post box. If it's somebody that lives down the road, you could just write their name on it and post it through their door. And that's our hugging a post. Or what you could do, and I think this is a great one for the community, is some kindness stones. So how do we make kindness stones? So you will need some stones. You can find them on a walk, or maybe when you go to the park you could go and look for them. You will need some felt pens. You might want some stickers. You might want some paint, or something if you haven't got Sharpies. Sharpies are usually the best. And so what do we do? So you get a stone and you write on what you'd like to write. So I have put, you are loved. Can you see that? You are loved. And then I've drawn some love hearts there. And then on the back, I don't know if you can read that, it says, please hide me. Please hide me somewhere for someone else to find. And then what you can do is you can hide them round your community, or maybe you could leave them on a neighbour's doorstep for them to see. And then the idea is that when somebody finds it, they go and hide it somewhere else for someone else to find. And it's kind of a kind way of saying kind things to people in our community and perhaps making them smile. So I've got some stones here. I'm gonna what shall I write on one? What could I put? I'm gonna put smile on this one. So if I write in green, smile. And then I'm going to put, so I've written smile on my stone in Sharpie. There we go. And then I'm going to put a smiley face on the bottom like that. Do some blue eyes. And some spiky hair. There you go. There you go, like so. Now, you might not have Sharpies, so there are two alternatives. You could write it on stickers like here. I've put smile and love. You could put, I don't know, what could you put? You could put joy, maybe, joy on one, or peace. Or you could just do a pretty pattern for somebody, couldn't you? Or thinking of you. Right, so there I've done. And then you would take your sticker and you would stick it onto the stone, and then you could hide that somewhere if you wanted to. Or another option is paint some stones. Here's some I painted earlier. Okay, I've used yellow paint. White paint might be better, and you will need to do a couple of coats. So just get a parent to pop some paint in a pot, and with your paintbrush, give them paint. Put some newspaper down so you don't get it everywhere. And then once that's dry, you can write on your stones. So I'm going to write beautiful on this one. Beautiful. There we go. There we go. That's that. So there's my beautiful. Can you see that there? Oh, it's a little bit, still a bit wet on the side actually. There you go, beautiful. And then I can do some flowers round it. Just some simple flowers to make it more pretty. You can do whatever you want. And like I said, go and hide them in the local park. I'm going to hide some of these in Chase Terrace Park. So maybe if you're around Chase Terrace Park this week, have a look. See if you can find some of my stones that I've done on this video. I'm going to hide them in the park. Maybe you'll see them. Maybe you could put them on a neighbour's doorstep, or give them to a friend that you haven't seen for a while. And yes, just share the kindness, and hopefully other people will pass your stones on and bring more kindness and more joy to other people. So I hope you've had fun today. Take care. I'll see you next week, and goodbye.